Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing really well. Today I'm going to show you guys my current favourite art supplies. So I have some paper, some pencils, the trusty old iPad, even a ceramic palette. So let's jump in. So first off, what I'm going to show you guys is the Ecoline liquid watercolors. I absolutely love these bad boys. They come in so many different shades. I did start out by buying the primary colour set, so what you get in there is a black, lemon yellow, a green, a blue and a magenta. Gradually I have expanded my collection and bought a couple at a time. I usually go to Jackson's for all of my supplies, which is a more of an independent art shop that you can find online. I do believe they have a physical store in London. They might have some other branches across the UK, but I just order online because they're not anywhere close by. Everything that I use in this video I believe you can get from Jackson's, bar the iPad and pencil at the end, so I'll link it all down below if you want to go check them out. They also have a loyalty scheme. I'm not obliged to talk about them. Everything that I'm showing you today has been paid for with my own pennies. This isn't sponsored or gifted or anything like that. I just love them as an art supply shop, and if they have a loyalty scheme as well then even better, and I thought I'd share that information with you guys. So I love these liquid watercolours. They are so pigmented and powerful. I absolutely love to use them. They're really reasonably priced. I think they're no more than £4 depending on where you buy them. And gradually, as I say, I've expanded my collection and I've got some pastel shades now, a grey as well as the black. And honestly, these are like my downtime art supplies. I love just playing with them and seeing how the colours react on different papers. They really are stunning, and a little goes a really long way. I think that's one of the things I love the most about them, is a tiny drop goes such a long way. So here are all of the swatches of my current colours, and I would love to get some more in the future, but these are the ones that I've got at the moment. They've got a lovely little ink dropper as well, which I love it. And then I thought I would show you this page within my art journal of this lovely little cow that I did just as some downtime on one of my days off, but I just thought I'd see how the colours behaved when they were sort of merged together, and I think they just look so beautiful. I love them and they're so bright and pigmented. Just going back to the ceramic palette very quickly, this is from Jackson's as well, and I invested in it last year after hearing a lot of hype around ceramic palettes. I'd always gone with those plastic palettes, and then I saw Mini Small. I think she's got this exact one actually. It's a really decent size. It's around 7 inches wide, so it's a really good size and there's a lot of space inside for mixing. You can also use the inside of the lid as well, and as you can see from these acrylic paints from yesterday, if you just soak a bit of water over the top, they lift off the ceramic like a dream. It's a completely different experience to a plastic palette, so I just try and get all of the big bits off the palette, as many of the big bits as possible, and then try and reduce how much I'm flushing down the sink. But as you can see, everything just cleans off really nicely, and I highly recommend a ceramic palette. Squeaky clean. Okay, next up we have the Strathmore Tone Tan paper. This is my go-to paper for all of my portraits and realism pieces that I do. I thought for this video I would just do a quick sketch doodle of a cat's eye that I found online. It was a really stunning cat, bright green eyes, and I just thought I would show an example of how I use the pencils on this particular paper. The Strathmore Tone Tan is 100% recycled, and it's got a lovely texture to it with lots of different flecks and different fibres in it. I think it just gives a really earthy feel, and that's why I love to use it for my own pet portraits. The pencils that I'm using, I love to flutter between Prismacolors and Faber-Castell's polychromos. I have been collecting polychromos for a while, and I do have one small, I think it's a pack of 36 Prismacolors, and I'm hoping to expand my collection a bit more just so there's more colour variety. But what I really love about these pencils is they're quite waxy, therefore they're really great for blending onto the paper. The colours just, they go together so beautifully, especially on this paper. The white Prismacolor pencil is a favourite of mine, it just pops on this paper. They're so lovely to blend and work with as well, and they just give a really gorgeous texture. It's just such a stunning colour to use as a background for animal portraits. I use this paper a lot along with the pencils. They're just something I love to reach for. I love to practice with them and improve my skills as much as I can, so I really do enjoy using these two as a combination. 3, in fact, Polychromos, Prismacolors and Strathmore Tone Tan paper. They've also got these perforated edges as well, so they're easy to remove when you've finished your portrait. And as you might remember from previous studio vlogs, if you're subscribed to my channel, I use this paper a lot. It's definitely my favourite paper, I'm in love with it. So here is my tin of Faber-Castell polychromos. They are absolutely beautiful. Thank you again, Stephanie, for sending these to me. I use them all the time. They're very, very well loved. And now onto the trusty iPad, guys. This little thing here was a game changer for me. So if you're only new to my channel now, back in 2016 I had a hand accident and I severed the extensor tendon in my drawing hand. So I was on a really weird journey of trying to just build up the strength again. I went through a lot of physio, and it's only within the past sort of 12 months that I've got back to using traditional art materials because it just became very painful, very awkward. I've got arthritis in my hand as well, so traditional materials I was always finding really tricky to use. Around the time that I got my iPad, so I have the standard 2018 model iPad. It's not an iPad Pro, it's just a standard one because at that time is when they became compatible with the Apple Pencils. So if you're looking into getting an iPad for drawing and things, it's something I didn't know at the time, so you don't actually have to splash out on the iPad Pro anymore if you want to use the pencil and the drawing features. I thought that was a really useful piece of information, and it saves you a lot of money if you don't want to go for the iPad Pro. Obviously the Pro has extra features that I'm not going to lie, I don't know enough about because I don't have the iPad Pro, but this one works absolutely fine. But I found when I got the iPad and the pencil, it just completely changed the way I draw. It allowed me to draw and create again with much less strain due to the sensitivity of the pencil. It has actually changed my life, and it is the reason that I was able to go full time as an illustrator. If I was relying on traditional materials and making it my full-time job, I highly doubt that it would be a thing because I just can't keep up. I can't produce enough work with traditional materials. Even now, with the pain and strain that I feel in my hand, the iPad has just changed everything, and it allows me to call this my job. It's actually one of my most treasured possessions, and I'm forever grateful to it. It's honestly, I'd be lost without my iPad. I love it to bits. I love just being able to get into bed, you know, in the evenings and just taking the iPad with me and thinking, oh, I'll do a quick doodle. Or if I've got 5 minutes, you can take it to a coffee shop, you can sit in your airport lounge, you can do whatever with your iPad, you can take it so many places. I am not the kind of person to take my inks and my pencils to a coffee shop, so I really love the fact that you can just pick the iPad up, take it with you wherever you want to go, and then you're done. You can do whatever you want with it. You can watch films on it too. Hotel rooms, Netflix, yes please. It's got everything you could possibly want in one small gadget. I do work primarily in digital these days, so I'm not the kind of creative that has a really big selection of art supplies to work with because my work is mainly digital. I have very recently started to expand on my traditional materials because after my hand accident I was in such a dark place mentally where I really did feel as though I would never be using traditional materials again. So I ended up selling a lot of them on. I gave some away to family members or friends who are also into their creative hobbies and such, and then when I wanted to explore them again I realised that, oh dear, I have actually given away all of my art supplies, which is why I have been slowly but surely building my collection back up. So anyway, that was my little current favourite art supplies selection. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it might come in useful to some of you if you're currently on lockdown and looking for something creative to do, something new to try. Do let me know if you have any of these yourself and how you find working with them. And thank you for watching. Take care everyone, stay safe, and I'll be back very soon. Bye!